Hey, what is up YouTube? Andrew Rooney here. I'm a full-time drummer and drum teacher here in Auckland, New Zealand. Today we have got a PayPal request. Now this one has come through from Will. I'm going to read out the message here. Hello Andrew, hope you're well. I've been really enjoying your discovery of Black Sabbath, so I wanted to point you in the direction of a band who would be considered by many to number among the most representative, I've never known how to pronounce this word, acolytes? Learning English with Rooney, of the Black Sabbath sound, High on Fire. The frontman of High on Fire, Matt Pike, also has a band named Sleep, who were something of a Sabbath worship band during the 90s. Is this a thing? Is this a movement? Sabbath worship bands? Sleep would probably be the most logical touchstone to point you towards, assuming you're not familiar already. I'm not. Given your interest in Sabbath, but if I'm honest, I've always preferred Pike's newer band High on Fire. They've been around since the late 90s, not that new anymore. High on Fire is more thrashy than Sleep, but they always retained the slower Sabbath-style riffing as well. I love that grind, man, that grunge element to it. I don't understand drums, but it's pretty obvious that the drummer for High on Fire during their original lineup, KENSEL, is a monster. I hope you find something in his playing that you can enjoy. The song I would like to request a reaction to is 10,000 Years from High on Fire's debut album, The Art of Self-Defense. See link below. Thanks for your time, Will. We're going to get straight into it. Ooh, that's some heavy groove, man. Is this live? I see what you mean, man. That style of riffing, those slow tempos. I had a look actually. High on Fire. This album is from the year 2000. Yeah, just that grind tempo. I thought they were using like an effect on the drums at first, and then it was going to launch into like a high def kind of modern sound, and it didn't. It just stayed in this grimy, dirty, very, very live. Sounds like a live recording, you know? It sounds like they're at a club and it's just been recorded off the desk. And I gotta admit, I actually love that. I love that whole ethos. It is rough around the edges in a good way, and it sounds real. I actually really, really dig this. I'm working hard. It's actually a really interesting drumming style. Will, you mentioned that you're not a drummer. You don't necessarily understand drumming. a lot of eighth notes on the kick drum. Actually, a lot like the last one I did, a Hawk one. Really, really persistent. Dum 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 da dum 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 da 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 da. It creates this real momentum and real driving sense to the music. Grinding, relentless. Yeah, really, really cool. Before we get back into the vocals here, again, another observation, and I don't like to compare bands. I don't do this intentionally, and I don't do it in a competition of who's the best kind of way, but I'm getting a bit of an Alice in Chains vibe. And in terms of drumming, I was just thinking the person who I would most compare this to is probably Sean Kinney from Alice in Chains. I've done a couple of Alice in Chains covers on my channel. Check out the latest one I did, which was Rain When I Die. Drum part is actually quite similar to this, and I dig it. I dig it. It's a really interesting, again, in a good way, relatively lo-fi sound. I really dig not having the shiny production sometimes. It's great. I don't know why. I'm kind of surprised at how much I dig this. Great riff. Exciting. We're going to do a change up here, a la Black Sabbath. We've got a change up. I actually thought they were going to go the other way and go doom ba da 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 da. Future Andrew, cut that little jig out. But we've gone to a even grimier tom groove. I'm going to back it up. go back to vocals here? Don't think we are. That bass is dirty, man. Well, thank you so much for the contribution to the channel and for this awesome pick and the great information as well. Absolutely fantastic. I believe this is this a 3-piece? I just saw some other High on Fire stuff coming up on the sort of sidebar of the YouTube page that I brought up, and there was 3 of them on the photo, so it's a 3-piece. I don't know if you mentioned that in your message or not. Drumming vocab wise, I don't feel like there's a direct line, inspiration sort of, vocab wise, I don't hear a direct line of influence to Billboard. Again, I'm very Sean Kinney-ish. That's for me, the Alice in Chains drummer, and that's not obviously that's not a bad thing. I'm just an observation because you gave sort of the Black Sabbath comparison. So the drumming approach is really different here. It's a little bit more conventional, pretty loose and open, but different. I don't really know how to better describe it, because Bill Ward you could describe as sort of loose and open comping style. This wasn't really a comping improv style drum part. It was just a more traditional, great drum part, totally what I would expect and want in this kind of music. Just driving and just everything you want to hear and nothing you don't want to hear. I remember actually, I've mentioned Sean Kinney about 4 times already in this video, but I remember in an interview reading that he said he would try and play the least possible, which is my approach as well to playing songs. Try and play the least amount of notes possible and just let the song breathe. And that's this approach. This is just fantastic. Honestly, Will, thank you so much for getting me hip to this group. I really dug the production, or again, I've got to do a disclaimer here, that the lack of production in a good way. This is just real. This is just raw. I get that real band, like just a band recording themselves kind of vibe, and it just sounds fantastic. I mean, we've lost this dirty, grimy, real approach to playing, and I really dug it. Guys, if you dug this video, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, and leaving a comment for what you thought of this video and what I should check out in the future. Maybe another High on Fire song, who knows? I've got my interest is peaked. I really like this stuff. If you would like to support the channel further, I do have a Patreon. It's just $5 a month, and you get access to the blocked videos. Direct reaction requests are via the PayPal link. And remember, you as a subscriber of this channel get access to a full and free 30-day trial over at Drumeo. Learn from the world's best drummers, all kinds of awesome resources over there. And I should mention, original video link in the description of each video. Please do go along and support the artist. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Will, thank you so much for the request. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care. Ciao.